Hey there, Gabbers. Today we are going to bust a myth, not bust a move, bust a myth on why going one to many is not the only way to scale a business. So, if you are in online business, you're a coach or a consultant or a service provider, even a digital product maker, you have been told by the coaching industry that the only way to scale is by going one to many. I'm going to bust that wide open because there's a lot of reasons why that is not true. It is not the only way. And also, it is not the path of least resistance. It is not the easiest path. And that's what we are all about here on this show. I'm Sally Arias, in case you don't know that. I am the founder of the Grown Ass Business Method, which is all about giving you the easiest path to growing and scaling a business, ultimately, because this shit's hard, y'all. So let's try to keep it easy when possible. Great. Let's get into it. So it makes sense in theory. I'm a coach or a consultant or a service provider. If I can only deliver my goods to one person at a time, eventually as I grow, I'm the bottleneck. It's me. I'm the bottleneck. I'm the problem. I can't scale, right? So what happens and what you've been told by many other coaches or the industry or beautiful, wonderful free content out there is, duh, you have to go one to many. You have to either build a course that makes passive income while you sleep, or you have to build a group program so that you're delivering your wisdom, knowledge, skill. Instead of going from one to one, you're going one to many, knocking out many birds, one stone. More money for you, right? Okay, this is a seductive story, and I myself fell for it. So learn from my mistakes, as I always say. There's a few reasons why this doesn't work. And the reason that it doesn't always work is because there are some things you need to have in place for the one to many model to work for you. You can't just go one to many and say, I've gotten it. Eureka, I can scale. No, these are the things you need to do first. So let's break it down. Number one, whatever is your skill or trade or service, you need a tried and true method or intellectual property that you know has worked on enough clients that it consistently gets your clients results. So if you're just starting out, or you're not starting out, but you're starting a whole new offer, a whole new service, a whole new product, and you haven't tested it on people, you should definitely not go one to many with it because you actually don't know if it's going to work. And one of the secrets to growth and scale is making sure that whatever product you put out into the world, other people are talking about how great it is. So one way to grow and scale is spend a lot of money on marketing and ads. Another way is to make sure that you deliver a result and people are talking about you and saying, yeah, go buy that widget or go work with that person. They're amazing. Scalable version, do both, right? So if you're starting out with a new course idea, a new group idea, a new model, a new service offering, a new product, you don't have enough proof, case studies, testimonials, road behind you that's tried and true and traveled to actually say, yes, I can do this one to many because I've done it so many times one to one. I know exactly what's going to happen. I know what to look out for. I know my method works. So that's number one. You need intellectual property that is going to work because at the end of the day, even if it's a course, if it's not getting referrals and people aren't raving about it, it will eventually stop selling. No amount of ads are going to keep selling that course. Trust me. Okay. Number two, if you are early stage in your business or career and you haven't built an audience, either on any social media platform or built an audience because of life experience, here's the kicker. It's going to be tough to sell. And that's just the truth. Now, I'm not one to say you need to go out and build a huge audience before you do said thing. But the reality is, it's hard to fill a group program if you don't know enough people who actually want to work with you. One of the ways that you know it's time to build a group program is if you are a service provider, consultant, or coach, and you have enough people going, oh gosh, your one-on-one price tag is too steep for me. I wish you had something more in my price range. If you have enough people, if you've been around long enough and you have enough people in your immediate network, community, friends, family, referrals, audiences, you've built a reputation and there's people asking for it, that's a clear sign that, okay, now you could build something that's one to many. If you don't have that, trust me, it's going to be hard to fill that program because where are you getting those people from? Right? So I know that it's tempting to say, oh, I'm clear on what I'm doing. This is my offer. This is my special skill. I've structured it now. Now I'm going to sell it as a group program. I know that that's tempting because what you're thinking about is the money that's going to come in if you teach 10 people versus one person something. Yes, you're absolutely right. The math is mathing, except the math ain't mathing when there are not 10 people who are willing to pay you for that thing. I'm going to throw a little bonus bone for you right here. Even if you have an audience that could possibly want to buy a group program or course, just know that today people are less trusting of group programs and courses. People who have been in the industry of group courses for several years now are having trouble filling their groups and selling their courses. The reason is because the buyer has lost trust and people are tired of not getting one-on-one personalized attention in these group settings. So even if you had an audience, just know that most audiences today are slightly more skeptical than they used to be. They are less willing to open their wallet for a group experience, and most people are wanting connection, intimacy, and more of your FaceTime, right? So even if you had the audience, ain't gonna work, baby. Keep that in mind. And reality check number 3. If you were going to launch a course or a group program, you need backend support. You need somebody who helps manage all of those people and manage their experience within that program. Even if someone is coming into a group program and they know it's a group program, they're still expecting an onboarding experience that handholds them through a journey and makes them feel seen and supported. They're expecting emails that explain where to go, when to be there, what to click on, what to do. They expect the materials to be easy to access. They expect somebody to be able to email and ask questions. Is all of that going to be you? Are you building the back end tech stack, support systems, where it's all going to live? Are you doing that? Do you have an assistant doing that? Do you have a customer journey experience person on your team? Do you have a community manager on your team? If not, baby, that's all going to be you. So maybe you're like me and you like working 7 days a week. Cool. If that's you, awesome. If that's not you because you're building a course because you thought it would be easy and passive income, rethink this part because you need the back end to support the customer journey, onboarding, experience, offboarding, emails, tech, support, being able to DM someone or text somebody if they're having problems. It takes a village to give someone a really great experience in a group program. You just got to know it. And with that, a few stories of positivity, stories of caution. And to round out my 3 reality checks here, I'm going to give 2 stories, real life examples, positive example, negative example. Okay? I have a friend who ran a yoga studio for 17 years. So she's an example of someone who, when she started doing life coaching, very early on in her career, she realized in the life coaching world, she wanted to just run a group program and help more people at one time. She was able to launch it, got some back-end assistance, launched it, sold it, has been selling it consecutively and in a healthy way for the past 2 to 3 years. She was able to do that. Why? If you've been paying attention, you know why. She was a yoga teacher, yoga studio owner for 17 years. That meant she had not a huge Instagram following, which a lot of times doesn't matter. She had a trusting audience who loved and liked her, already went to her for things, knew her, trusted her. When she launched an online group program, they were in because they already know, liked, and trust her, as marketers say, right? So, a tale of somebody who is ready to do something like a group program. I'll give you a tale of somebody who wasn't. I'm always the first one to throw myself under the bus. A few years ago, when I was leaving my head coach role at a company, I was suggested you need to take these frameworks you've built and just create a one-to-many program. That's the only way to scale. Somewhere in my strategy brain, I knew that didn't sound right, but for some reason, I am just like you. I chose to listen to the guru. I built what is today the Grown Ass Business Accelerator program. But earlier on, it truly was an uphill battle trying to fill it because no one knew me in the broader scheme of the business coaching world. A lot of people knew me as a private consultant and coach for operations strategy. No one knew me as a group coach experience. No one trusted that I could actually do it. And I had to really climb the mountain the hard way, right? I had to run a free version of that program originally just to make sure that I could get people results. Then I ran 2 beta versions at a very low ticket price to get testimonials, case studies, referrals, and build from there. And I enjoyed doing it, and I absolutely love running a group program today. But the truth is, it was a slog. It was a 7-day-a-week type of entrepreneurial lifestyle. I could do that because I didn't have kids at the time. But that was the truth. It was not the right business model for me. It was not the right time for me to do it. I should have created more authority in the space, be more visible, be more known by more people, do more one-on-one coaching and consulting, and have enough people asking me saying, "Oh gosh, I wish you weren't that expensive. I wish you had something else," before I built out that group program. Do I regret it? No, I absolutely love my group program. I love doing it. I love this business model for the stage that I'm in life right now. Whew. But if you are not ready to work 12 to 14-hour days to get it to happen, it's probably not the journey for you. So remember, all that glitters is not gold. All those things that sound too good to be true usually are. The things that sound like an easy scale solution is most likely not. There is a timing to every major phase in your business. If you want to do one to many, there will be a time where that is the right model and the right move for you, but you need to have our 3 reality checks in place. So a reminder, you need to own your intellectual property. That gets people a result. That's number 1. You need some kind of audience. I'm not saying a social media following, but you need an audience that trusts you and is willing to buy from you in a group setting. And you need the systems and backend support so that you are not the person answering DMs at midnight to solve people's tech problems. All right. I hope that was useful. Keeping it real for you. Have a beautiful day.